Evening, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Roar Time. I am your host, Richard Holdridge, the color commentator for the Columbus Lions. We're excited about this upcoming 2022 season in the National Arena League. I am joined by Columbus Lions head coach Jason Gibson. Coach Gibson, great having you on the show.
Congratulations, man. Get you on the show. New host. Get after it.
Coach, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this upcoming season. The Columbus Lions have a rich tradition and history of winning. I've been a Columbus resident since 2015. I witnessed that championship win against Richmond in 2015, right. Changing leagues in 16 and winning against Western Michigan. Since you've been in the National Arena League since 2017,
Don't
Coach,
remind me.
They're falling short in the championship against Jacksonville and then the Albany Empire last year.
Carolina.
And then COVID hit. But we have an exciting season because April 23rd is the opener and training camp starts tomorrow. You got some familiar faces coming back. You're taking on Jacksonville that first game, April 23rd. Coach, what are you looking forward to most about this season?
The excitement that we've gotten from the fans. I mean, back in the day when you went to a Lions game, it was packed. It was packed. The excitement, I think at one point we got voted the hardest place to play in the country. And just that excitement of being in that arena. Last year dealing with COVID and the pod seating, and you got a 6 feet from 7 feet from 3 feet minus E squared was a joke. Or, I don't mean it's a joke, but it was just difficult for the fan base, And I hate it for that team because that was a really talented team. I wanted them to experience what it's like to really play in the jungle. And so ticket sales are through the roof. Veteran staff, veteran players. I'm excited. It's of course, new rules. So there's a lot going on.
Coach, let's talk about those new rules because now for the first time in the 2022 season in the National Arena League, they have Ironman rules where your wide receivers are going to play defensive back. Yeah. You're going to have players that are going to be playing offense and defense. What is that going to do as far as coaching strategy, knowing that your receivers are going to come back there out on defense?
Well, it might not necessarily be a receiver. It might be a DB that can play receiver. That's the strategy in the game. Do you go get a really good DB that can play receiver, or do you go get a receiver that can kind of play DB? So it's a slippery slope. Having played Iron Man back in the 90s, telling my age, right? But playing it for years and being a two-way guy and really understanding it. I look at a lot of the transactions in the league and I kind of scratch my head, but it's not my problem. I know what you got to do. I know the kind of athlete you got to have to fulfill those spots, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun for the league, fun for the fans.
And now the opener is April 23rd against the Jacksonville Sharks, a longtime rival. Jacksonville had a lot of injuries last year, finished 2-6. They missed out on the playoffs. Right. They're looking to bounce back and get on the win column. But Columbus has Mason Espinoza, the reigning MVP in the National Arena League, the quarterback, 56 touchdowns last year. I got to know him as Jared, the play-by-play announcer, and myself had him on our podcast, The Lions Den, and just a great guy. I love hearing about his story, how he came up from NCAA Division III at Ohio Wesleyan, was on at minicamp with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2014, and he just loves the game. He's been in the arena leagues, in many arena leagues since 2015. He played for Albany in 19, but he's back in a Columbus Lions uniform, and he's ready to play for you, Coach, and it is going to be a great season.
Sure does make it easier when you got somebody like that. I remember the first time I saw him with the Erie Explosion. He was playing quarterback, and they weren't very good, but I still remember watching the film, and I told one of my coaches, I can see it to this day, me sitting in that meeting going, hey, that guy's pretty good. If we don't show up, that kid can beat us. And that back then, he was a kid. And then to watch him evolve, and of course, come to Columbus, and our relationship, calling plays and building the offense, it's never just about me. He has a lot of input because he's a coach as well. So, it starts with the quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, can't win.
Well, Coach, let's talk about some new receivers that have been added onto the team. Fordson, he's been a veteran. He's been with the Lions before. Right. And you also got a new speedster from Youngstown State. You want to talk a little about him, Coach?
Well, I mean, when the Ironman rules came out, the first thing that came through my mind was Darmon Fordson. He is the epitome of what Ironman football is. And that's huge for us. Of course, Darren we had last year on our team, but we were just loaded at receiver. I mean, you got Antoine Grant, you got Lonnie Outlaw and Ramon Deloach. There was not a spot for Darren being a rookie. It was really hard, but he was a burner. broke my heart when he decided to leave. And we tried to keep him around because I knew his talent level. And then we were fortunate enough to kind of get him back this year with what we're doing on offense. It could be a pretty explosive offense for what we're trying to do.
And on the other side of the ball, on defense, Maurice Leggett coming back. He led the team with 9 sacks last year. I think it's very important. I know that the Arena League is high scoring.
Right.
It's a high scoring affair, but it's very important to get stops whenever it counts. And you got a player out there like Leggett that can get to the quarterback and get him down in a hurry. What does it mean to you to have a player like Leggett back on this team?
Well, I mean, thinking about Maurice as being a DB, he's just a veteran. You got a guy that's played in the NFL, CFL, AFL. His resume speaks for itself as you're going down the line with players. When he called me and said, "Hey, I'm ready to come back." Plus, he's a fan favorite. He's just a great guy. And I look for character. I look for talent. Look for guys that you want to go to work with every day. And, I mean, we'll find out, but it all looks good on paper. You still got to play. You still got to play the game. So.
All right, I cannot wait for this season to start. I'm actually honored that I'm going to be doing the games with Jared, the play-by-play announcer, as I'm doing color commentary. And it's going to be fun because I watch a lot of football. I see a lot of color commentators that are very energetic, and they know the game, and they make the game fun. And so, Coach, I'm really excited about just being the color commentator this season.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You just got to tell a story. I love watching the stuff about John Madden and how people were excited when Madden was going to call the game. So, having the dynamic of you and Jared, we're going to see what happens. I'll watch the games, and we'll see what happens, right?
It should be fun, Coach.
Definitely.
All right, we'll be back with a quick commercial break. You're watching Roar Time.
Are you all ready to party?
The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill. Nightly entertainment, food, sports, music, and folks who enjoy a good time. Live local bands, DJs and dance, karaoke and comedy. Follow Outskirts Columbus for all our events. The best in nightly entertainment. The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill, corner of Veterans Parkway and Whitesville Road in Columbus.
Oh, perfect timing. Come on in. It's just not cool in my house. It normally makes a noise. I don't know why it's not.
Have to fix it?
I can't believe it. You fixed it.
Let's be honest, climate control's not that easy. We love what we do, and there's nothing better than a job well done. To be there when you need it most.
Coach, what has impressed you most about the league, and what are some teams that you've heard around the league that could be surprises this year?
When I look at other teams, I'm human. So it's not like you sit there and say, "Oh, I'm only going to look at game one." I'm focused on, bull, man. Everybody looks at the schedule. Who do you got to beat? And sometimes, to me, it all comes down to quarterback play. When you look at the teams, you look at their quarterback play. The quarterback play dictates it. I mean, i.e. Jacksonville, I think Mike Fafal's a good quarterback, really good quarterback. And I think if he had played last year for Jacksonville, it would have been a different story for them. But the second he got hurt, everything went downhill. I mean, trust me, I've been in that situation. I'm sitting at 8-2, I think 2017, we had beaten Carolina twice. We'd beaten everybody. Mason goes down. We can't win another game. Hell, we can't even score a point. Barely. So that quarterback play at this level means everything. And as you go through, there's some good quarterbacks in the league. So I'm not going to sit there and think this team is that team. My curiosity right now is watching transactions and trying to watch when you sign somebody, knowing that guy's got to be a two-way guy, thinking good luck. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. It's a wait-and-see thing.
Well, I'm excited that training camp starts tomorrow. I cannot wait for that first game, April 23rd. We see Mason in there at quarterback, and he's got some great weapons along with him on your team. And what are the expectations this upcoming season? Obviously, last year you fell short to the Albany Empire 3 times. I know Albany has got to be on your radar. Losing to them all 3 times.
Well, we got their kicker. That was a problem in a couple games, so that helps. But I'm just being honest. Again, it goes back to quarterback. You can put it for bulletin board material. I don't care. But when the Patriots lose Tom Brady, they are not really necessarily the team to beat anymore. Just saying. So that's just kind of my thought about it. But I tried to address our deficiencies. I thought playing Ironman, I've been piecing together a roster specifically for Ironman, not NAL football. And as I look at the rosters across the league, a few teams are just really just signing all the best players from other teams. I mean, that's all good and dandy, but, some of those DBs got to play offense, and some of those receivers got to play defense, and some of those D linemen got to pass block. And, my goal is to really, when we meet for training camp tomorrow, is talk about those mismatches, find those mismatches, and exploit those mismatches. And I feel like we got some of the best two-way players in the league, hands down. When you talk about a Kyle Griswood and a Desmond Reese and a Darmon Fordson going both ways, a Kendrick Washington, is Kendrick the best defensive end in the league? I'm not, no, but he's pretty darn good. And when you put him on offense, he's pretty darn good there too. So all of a sudden now you have an elite player like a Ken Washington who understands both sides of the ball. I think it gives you an advantage. And so that's what I'm looking for.
Coach, I want to talk about the documentary, Inside the Lines on YouTube. It was great job performance by Aiden,
Right.
And I saw the first 2 episodes. It really got me to know the team and what you guys are capable of. I know it recapped last season, but it got me pumped for this season. And what did it mean to you to have that documentary on the Lions?
Well, it was able to record just a great period in time in my life personally. When I watch that documentary and I see the personalities of Antoine Grant and Lonnie Outlaw and Ken Washington and Maurice Leggett, and I think of the journeys we had, and they're such good people, and I could go on through the whole roster. It was a really good group of men, and I think that's what the documentary did for me. It was able to record history that I can look back on and have those memories I had with those guys. It's just so much fun coaching them, and I enjoyed it, and I think that's what I liked about the documentary. It's what I'll miss the most.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
You are watching Roar Time. Stay tuned as we'll be back with a quick commercial break.
Perfect.
The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill. Nobody does food like The Outskirts. Amazing wings, appetizers, baskets, and burgers. And Mr. Henry's Lunch Buffet is the best in town. All you can eat Southern cooking for only $10. Follow The Outskirts on Facebook for the latest on nightly entertainment, sports, music, and the best food in town. The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill, corner of Veterans Parkway and Whitesville Road in Columbus.
You never outgrow fast. That's why Beam just launched our fastest internet speeds ever, so you can work from home, stay in touch, or learn virtually faster than ever. Internet-only plans start at $50 a month with no data caps, because you never outgrow fast. Upgrade now with your hometown provider in speed and support. Beam.
Okay, rolling in third segment in 3, 2.
Welcome back to Roar Time. I am your host, Richard Holders, the color commentator for your Columbus Lions. Back on the show with head coach Jason Gibson. Jason, the opener is April 23rd against the Jacksonville Sharks. I cannot wait for this game. Coach, what are some of the activities that's going on outside of the Civic Center?
Well, we got lucky. Rob Landers runs the Civic Center now. He's doing a great job with all the improvements around the building. And they contacted me about a month ago and said, hey, we're going to do a huge tailgate for opening game, and it's never really been done for us. And they're setting up, a big Lions walk, and they've got youth groups coming in, forming the line. They've got high school bands coming in, vendors set up. They hired a DJ outside. I'm thinking, wow, do I need to get there early? I don't want to miss all this stuff. And we've got ticket holders in a couple groups wanting to come and tailgate. So the level of excitement for opening game is outstanding. We got a couple local high school bands coming. I've got a band coming, Irwin County High School Band. It's coming all the way in from the other side of Tifton just to perform at halftime. It's an exciting event for them. So when you look at all the things going on, we'll have bounce houses and cornhole and you name it, and hopefully it'll be a really good day.
And we're looking to pack the Columbus Civic Center, taking on our longtime rival, the Jacksonville Sharks. And Mason Espinoza at the quarterback position, the reigning NAL MVP, and he's looking to have a great season, has some great receivers. Coach, you just have a great team all around, and I'm really looking forward to this season. It's
got to come together. We still got, tomorrow we'll have meetings at training camp. We start the whole process. You got to stay away from the injury bug, knock on wood. I hope I didn't say anything wrong, but I didn't bring a lot of players in for camp. I really didn't. I kind of know what I want this year. In the past, you go to training camp, you bring in 40, 35, 40 players, and then you whittle it down and you cut and this and that. We've got a shortened training camp, a quick home game, and I'm just going to get after it. I know what I have. I got 6 veteran receivers, 6 veteran DBs, a couple of rookies mixed in, and we're just going to get after it.
Coach, before we close, let's talk about being a professional team in the city of Columbus. It's a very special time to be a professional team in Columbus. I've been here since 2015. This is the first time we've had 4 professional sports teams, including one team that you are familiar with, the Columbus Rapids, the indoor soccer team, same ownership group. And I've been a privilege just to be a part of the Rapids family, and now we're transitioning over to the Columbus Lions. And it's just a great time just to be a sports fan in Columbus right now.
Well, yeah, you got you got soccer and football and hockey and baseball, so you got all the different sports, and it's just fun, and it's a chance maybe to cross over and just, with everything that's going on in the world and all the stuff and the violence and all the things that you hear on TV. Of course, social media loves to promote bad things because that's what people do when they sit in their basement in their parents' house in underwear. So, I'm just being me. But with all the bad stuff going on, I just think that having those events and been building a good community base with sports, no matter what the sport is great. So to be able to add soccer and women's soccer, that was really important to us. I have a daughter, and so do the other owners. They all have daughters. So it was important for us to do that. And then we take that fan base, we tie it over, and let's see April 23rd for football, and let's just keep this thing going and have fun with it.
And what's fun was that your kicker was actually at Off the Walls, the taping last night, and head coach Eddie Miranda was trying to recruit him to play soccer for the Rapids. I thought it was a pretty cool moment.
That would be really cool too, to keep him around. So who knows? But if you didn't think I wasn't keeping my eye on some of the soccer guys, like, okay, yeah, that's a pretty good kick. That guy's got a leg. Let's see what happens. But when you sign the best, the NAL kicker of the league, what do you do?
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season. April 23rd is the first home game at the Columbus Civic Center against our longtime rival, the Jacksonville Sharks. Thank you for watching Lions Roar, and thank you for watching an episode of Roar Time. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Hope everybody has a great night.